Hey again. So, as you can plainly see, I have taken out the stuff that's in my dreadlocks, and I did that yesterday because I wanted to see what it was like what the difference was between like what it felt like kind of to have stuff in my hair and to not have stuff in my hair. Turns out it's quite a difference because when I took the stuff out of my hair, I never realized how light my dreadlocks were. Like, that's strange to say because they're heavier than normal hair, but with stuff in them, they weigh you down. They surely do. But, yeah, so I just want to see what it was like and things like that, so there's that going on. And, also, in my last video, I didn't really get to show you guys my dreadlocks, so I'm going to do that now to show you, like, just how they're dreading up and things like that. And also, I have to, there are a couple dreads of mine that I'm not very happy with because the extensions have fallen out. I don't like that because I put the extension in there so that they would look long, and then when they come out, they're not long anymore. So I'm gonna have to get some more extensions, I guess, because some of them fell out, and I have like some short extensions, but I obviously don't want to use those because I have long dreadlocks, and I would like the extensions to match that because that's kind of the point, so that's what we're gonna hope for. Sorry that there's this like weird white thing going on with my face, by the way. I just realized that, but I can't really, I don't know what to do to fix that. I'm just gonna leave it because, yeah, I don't know what to do to fix it. But anyways, so I'll show you my dreads, and I'm gonna show you, I'll try my best to show you the roots because that's when I'm getting the most, I guess, maturity with them and how they're like changing and stuff, but I like the actual extension hasn't really changed much. Like, some of them have gone a little bit wonkier, but not as much as actually at my roots. Here's another little guy. This is a little guy that, like, this is the whole extension, I'll have you know. This is the whole extension right here because I had to weave so much in and out of this guy here because the extension fell out. And I'm not happy with that because it just looks so not pretty. It's just not nice to look at. Like, it's not pleasing for the eye, and I need to change that. So there's that one. And then where's my fat guy? Here he is. As you can see that the extension is black, my hair is not black. I really like the color change, just I think it looks kind of cool, so I'm not going to change that, but yeah, like, my hair is definitely not black. And this one's actually doing the most interesting stuff, but it's like hard to show you because it doesn't want to turn or anything. But yeah, it's like kind of going sideways and it's doing all this fun wonky stuff. I'm so excited to have long hair, but like my own long hair, because when I'm trying to grow out my dreads so that they can be this long on their own, so that when they are this long, they'll be like down to my ass, and then I can cut off the extensions and I can just have my own dreads, and then I can grow those down to my ass if I want. So it's gonna be a fun run, I think. Long run, but a fun one. But yeah, so I'm planning this shit out. Also, another thing that I didn't take the button out of this one because in my last video I mentioned that this volcano one here, I'm not gonna show it again because I have to get really close, is my favorite button. And so I just decided to leave it in because one, it's my favorite, and two, I didn't try to get it out, but I have a feeling it would be quite the task to get it out of this one. It's pretty in there. So I'm just gonna leave that one as is. Here's another guy. This one's changed a little bit at the actual extensions, gone a little wonky and stuff. The way that like I did this to get them to do that is that like when I made my dreadlocks, I didn't do them super tight. I just kind of like, I made them, and then if they were like fluffy and stuff, like I used a crochet hook to kind of make them like a shape so that they would like be a dreadlock shape, obviously, and not be all like fuzzy and stuff. Like, this one is the worst example of a dreadlock that I've made because I didn't really do anything to it, and you can see how it's still kind of like fuzzy and stuff. It hasn't really dreaded at all. It's just like, and that's because like when I made it, I made it and I left it. I crochet hooked it a bit, but like it's just I didn't really do much to it because I just didn't really care. Like, it doesn't look like any of these ones. Most of the time when I made a dreadlock, it would look kind of like a braid when I was finished, but this one is the only one that hasn't because I didn't put that much effort into it, so it kind of just looks like a bunch of hair that is sticking together, but I don't care. It's a dreadlock and I'm sticking to it, so there's that. And here's another guy. I don't know, it's hard to show you the whole dreadlock because I have to like lean over and show you my whole head and everything, but yeah, and I'm trying to like not show you the back so that I can show you that in a minute. Okay. And then there's this guy. Again, dark. It's my hair is actually not this light. It's just the color of my like tips here because like my hair likes to go red. So that's what it is. But my roots are like a brown, so my roots match better than my tips. But what are you gonna do? And I have to crochet hook this because it's like so thin here, and I can just tell like I'm gonna need to crochet hook it. And I really don't like using the crochet hook. Like most people can get by without using it if they make their own, like if they don't use extended dreads, most people can get by not using a crochet hook because they're just gonna mature on their own and everything. But with extended dreads, sometimes they fall out and sometimes they just like get really thin like that and they're gonna fall out and you can kind of anticipate it. So like I hate using a crochet hook. I wish that I just grew my hair long and then did dreadlocks. But like, I hated my short hair. So like, I'm happy that I made the decision, but at the same time, like, I wish I could just have long hair so that I can do dreadlocks. But what are you gonna do? Complain, I guess, because that's what I've started doing. So here's another one. It's most interesting at my roots because that's where all the fun stuff is happening. That's where like all the parties are. But it's harder to show you those ones because like it's only like this long, so like it's kind of difficult. But yeah, so that's all those ones. And then I'll do the back in a minute. Now I'll do this side. Here's a little guy right here. Little thin one. This is the ugliest dread that I have because I'll tell you a story. Okay, so I made the dreadlock up here, and like I did the one shorter in the front on purpose because I wanted it to be like face framers, that wasn't like all long and then I just had my bangs, right? But so many of my dreadlocks have like fallen out, like the extended dreads, that like, well not so many, but maybe like 2 or 3 near the front have fallen out, so I have to either deal with it or make another dread or reattach it or something, because I made a dread and one of them fell out and I lost it, and I don't know how I lost it because I was in the house, so beats me how that happened. But anyway, so I made a dreadlock, and I attached it, and then it like kept starting to like fall out and like just fray and things like that, so I'd use a crochet hook. And then I was like, well fuck it, I'll just like add another dread onto that. Like I'll make another like small dreadlock out of my extensions because I have a bunch of short ones and just attach it onto that, and I'll make a long one, right? Being resourceful. It backfired on me because this is the ugliest little thing I've ever seen in my life. Like who wants that on their head? Not me, that's for sure. But like, since I hate using a crochet hook so much, like you can see where it, like, this is where I attached it and you can tell because it's hanging. But yeah, that's what she said. But anyways, I was gonna say that, this is like the ugliest thing I've ever made, but since I hate using a crochet hook so much, I'll rather just deal with like how ugly it is and tell people about how it's really ugly as opposed to actually making a new dreadlock that like won't look so gross and stuff. So that's that story for that one. As I just show you some more of these ones. You can't really see anything at the front because like I have like so much loose hair here and stuff, but like I don't care about my loose hair. Like if it starts to get way out of hand, then I'll like maybe change it and stuff, but until then I just don't, I could care less. I have loose hair and that happens, so there's another one. I've got a little, this one comes off of this guy, so there's 2. That's an ugly one too, but I don't mind it so much. And then, so the roots. This is what my hair would look like if I didn't have extensions in it at all, because this is just a dread that I have. You can see the progress better now because this is this guy. But yeah, it's I actually really like this guy because he doesn't have an extension. But I need to add an extension onto him because he's like an ugly little bugger and he sticks out and stuff sometimes. So like this is what my hair would look like if I had short dreads. So yeah. This is a bigger one though. I didn't make them all so fat. But yeah, there's that guy. Then there's this little guy over here. Well, he's not so little. He's pretty big actually. So yeah. I'm making so many That's What She Said jokes and I can't say them because I don't want to like point out how many That's What She Said jokes like that I can make and that I can pick them up on my own. Like now that I said it once, I'm noticing all the ones that I'm saying. But I want to point them all out. I'm just not going to. And so this is another ugly little one from the front. It can be a game actually for whoever's watching. Try to pick out all my That's What She Said jokes, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing it on purpose anymore, but sometimes they happen and you just notice them. So yeah. They're fun too. I don't know for you who don't try it. They're fun. I recommend it. This is another Fatso here. And this is the first one I've ever made, and it's the most normal looking one. And it's my least favorite. I hate it even more than the ugly one. But it's because it's so straight and perfect. Like when I made dreadlocks, I did not want them to look straight and perfect. I wanted them to be like, you know, all wonky looking, kind of like the natural look, right? But this one just, I did such a good job on it that it just doesn't want to. So I did none of them as well. I didn't do any of them after this as well as I have done this one, because this one hasn't fallen out. It's like it's one of the stronger ones. And it's so fucking straight and it doesn't want to change or anything. So I guess I just did such a great number on it. Now I'm going to attempt to show you the ones at the back. I apologize ahead of time for the really bad, like, I don't know how well this is going to go. I'm trying to show you guys. It's like, yeah, I really don't know how well this is going to go. There's like, don't know how well you can see this, but I'm trying. You know, I don't know if this is good. Can't really see. But yeah, and then I've got this guy here. The ones at the back are kind of like, this one's dreading up fantastically. But yeah. And then there's this guy. Don't know how well you can see that, but there you go. I've got this guy who's looking fabulous. And oh, he's looking kind of funny actually, but I really like how he's like really thin here and then really fat. And then he's all wonky up here. And then these two, these two grew into one. And I don't know how it happened because they turned into one like the day after I made my dreadlocks. So I was like, oh, how the heck did that happen if I made them like the other day and they're already one dreadlock? I had no idea. I was like at a loss. And here's another little ugly one, I'm sure. It feels pretty ugly, at least. And I think, yeah, that's all of them. So there you go, guys. Those are my dreadlocks, and a couple of stories in there, a couple of sexual innuendos thrown in there. So that's the telephone, so that's all I need to do. So have a good day, night, afternoon, whatever time of day you're in, have a good one of those.